Try it yourself, creating a simple paper airplane app with jQuery animation. In this Try It Yourself exercise, we'll create a simple web app that provides controls to fly a paper airplane around a set of cones. The purpose of this exercise is to provide you with a chance to use some of the move animation techniques to move the airplane around the page. The code for the example resides in the Hour 12 folder. The file name, as you can see on the slide, is Hour 1205. Now, there's a whole bunch of images involved in here. I've placed them on the slide, but I think it's more instructive to show you the images that we need in the context of Aptana Studio. Here they are right here in the Hour 1205.html file between lines 13 and 22. There are several images that can be found in the Images folder in the Code Listings archive, and these are going to define the elements in the web applications. Speaking of which, let me load the page in Firefox so we can see how it works. We use these arrow controls to adjust the directionality of the airplane. Notice that when you click a button, it changes the orientation of the plane, and then it seems to accelerate as it moves along. And the idea of this simple game, you can hit the stop button to stop, is that we're supposed to fly the plane around and avoid these cones. Now, there's no logic in the web app right now to detect collisions. In fact, I'll demonstrate that right now if I can get control of the plane. You'll notice that the plane passes through and nothing happens, but that would be something for you to consider doing as a challenge exercise. Back to the source files. In the HTML file, this file displays the set of images for the controls. We use a couple of span elements as spacers for the controls. The rest of the images are the plane and the cones themselves. The cones have their own ID so that they can be positioned using CSS. And here we see the CSS code right now. Navigating to the JavaScript file, let's take a look at what's happening under the hood. We have our ready function on line 3. The variables store the height and width of the browser pane so you can use that to know when to stop the animation. It is also used in line 4 to position the plane image in the middle of the web page. We have handlers for the control buttons beginning on line 5. Notice that each handler first changes the image source for the plane, stops the current animation, and then animates the left or top properties to move the plane. The stop handler stops all animation and clears the animation queue.